We're moving right along to another ladies match, this time a ladies tag. Kaden Carter and Katana Chance facing Frankie Pacone and Marta Gordon, Power and Beauty, with Sylvia Strong in their corner.
The following ladies tag team contest is set for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Introducing first, the team of Katana Chance and Kaden Carter.
All right, GB, Mr. Embedded with the ginchiest manager in the world in her stable. What kind of insights you got for us on this match? Because I know you got some.
Kaden and Katana making about their 5th appearance with a fairly even win, loss track record, facing Frankie and Marta, who share a similar win-loss rating, although for many, many more matches. Sylvia's faith in power and beauty is still unshaken, though. They've performed brilliantly at times, and Sylvia's goal is to get Frankie and Marta to where that level of performance is consistent. This match with Carter and Chance should be a fairly decent jumping off point to get in power and beauty to where the team truly needs to be. And their opponents, accompanied by Sylvia Strong Francis, Frankie Pacone, and Marta Gordon, the team of power and beauty.
This should be a pretty solid matchup. Both teams about the same overall by the numbers, with Frankie and Marta holding the big slice of experience over their opponents. And they're also known for being able to compete in long matches, where endurance comes into play, and Frankie and Marta still hold the record for longest ladies tag match in our WL history, dating way back to 2017. Turning in an insane 53-minute long battle in which they also had the good taste to win.
Yeah, I remember that night. Me and T-Dog were there that night. I remember it was one of the Bell Council girls and blacklisted Mexican wrestler Sexy Star that Power and Beauty picked up the win over, and it was really a long match, and what a match it was, too.
That's crazy, and that happened when they'd just gotten here as two fresh-faced rookies. Who would have thought Frankie and Marta would end up as part of the Stronghold?
All right, it'll be Kaden Carter and Frankie Pacone opening things up for this particular ladies tag team matchup as referee Willie Johnson rings the bell. Here we go. They move center ring. Kaden Carter quickly countered. Frankie Pacone quickly countered. A elbow that takes down Frankie Pacone. And here comes Katana Chance. Frankie Pacone standing center ring waiting right there for her. She charges, doesn't connect. Frankie Pacone gets a hold of her. Nice suplex from Frankie Pacone. Frankie rounds up Katana Chance. Katana Chance counters and nails her with a right. Frankie counters with a shot to the midsection. A drop toe hold from Frankie Pacone and right away into a submission. Wasting no time at all. Katana Chance turns it around, finds her way out. Frankie still getting back to her feet. Katana Chance right there. Whips her to the ropes. Ducks under. Makes the leapfrog. Here comes Pacone. And look at this. Man, what a tilt-a-whirl DDT. Katana Chance catches a kick from Frankie Pacone. Frankie escorts Katana to her team's corner. Smashes her head into the buckle. Here comes Marta Gordon on the tag. A double team in the offing here. Air-assisted shoulder tackle as Marta Gordon takes over for Power and Beauty. Marta not playing games here, stamping the hands and fingers of Katana Chance. Frankie Pacone gets a hold of Katana. Looks like he's going to try and take her back to the P&B corner. And she succeeds in doing it. Here comes Frankie Pacone again. Another double team. They're setting it up. Rebound off the ropes. There's a drop toe hold and an elbow across the back of Katana Chance. Frankie Pacone steps out. She is the legal person in the ring. Marta Gordon. Whoa, look at this. Frankie Pacone takes her down hard with a chop block on the outside. Katana Chance counters with a right. A chop across the chest and a kick that puts Frankie Pacone against the barricade. Sylvia Strong acting like ain't nothing wrong. Nice and calm, as she always is. Katana Chance rounds up Frankie, pitches her towards the timekeeper's area. Misses with the clothesline. Frankie with a pretty nice wraparound DDT out there on the floor. Face first into the mats goes Katana Chance. Katana catches a suplex. from Frankie Picone. A stomp to the back of the head and a knee to the skull. Pretty nice combination right there from Frankie. Frankie Picone drives her into the timekeeper's area. Head first into the barricades. Ow. Katana chance. Pitch towards the far corner barricades. Frankie Picone deftly leaps over. Rounds up Katana. Katana counters with a kick to the midsection. Locks up Frankie. And here we go. Whirlicane Rana time. As Frankie Picone goes for a little trip. Katana chance. Rolled back inside the ring by Frankie. The referee continuing to count here. Frankie takes her time getting in. Drop kick from Katana chance takes Frankie down. A pretty nice splash right there. And here's a cover and a hook of the leg. One, but just one. Barely just a one at that. Frankie Picone rounded up by Katana chance being escorted to her team's corner. Frankie goes head first into the buckle. Here comes Caden Carter on the tag. The double team. Here we go. Oh, man. A drop kick to the back of the head for Frankie Picone as Caden Carter takes over. Nails Marta Gordon with a right. What she got? She's going to hang her up off the middle rope. Down goes Marta Gordon. A kick to the leg of Frankie Picone. Caden Carter with a kick to the midsection. Sets her up for the power bomb, but Frankie Picone would rather not go. Makes the point with a couple of elbows to the head. And a DDT. Face first into the canvas goes Caden Carter. She looks stunned. Frankie Picone gets a hold of her. Hard whip to the ropes. Frankie ducks under. Rounds up Caden Carter into a spinning neckbreaker. Frankie with the belly-to-belly suplex to Caden Carter. Frankie rounds her up. Arm breaker from Frankie Picone. And now into an arm bar, stretching the arm, doing even further damage. And so far, Power and Beauty performing consistently as they usually do. Frankie Picone nails her with another arm breaker, still going back to work on the same arm, trying to wear it out as best she can. You can't fight if you can't hit. Frankie Picone rolls her over, covers. One, but just a one. Katana chance right there to break it up. Caden Carter back to her feet. Frankie misses with the drop kick. Caden Carter whips her to the ropes. Makes the duck under. Oh, man, low drop kick to the knee. And down went Frankie Picone. Frankie slams her face down to the canvas by the arm. Frankie Picone rounding up Caden Carter again. Takes her back to her team's corner. Here we go, head first into the buckle. Here comes Marta Gordon on the tag. Frankie Picone setting it up here. Here we go, another air-assisted shoulder tackle. Marta Gordon with a stomp to the midsection of Caden Carter. Caden Carter slams her face down to the canvas by her arm. Caden Carter gathers her up again. Escorts her to her team's corner. Head first into the buckle. But Marta counters and escapes, but catches a cheap shot from Katana chance. Pays her back with a shot to the face and a flapjack face first into the canvas for Caden Carter. Here's a cover. 1, 2. Well, that's as close to a near fall as we've gotten so far. Caden Carter still being controlled here. Marta Gordon quickly countered a leg sweep from Caden Carter. Caden with a face buster to Marta. And a series of wrist clutch stomps right to the chest of Marta Gordon. Caden Carter with that parting shot out of the way. She brings in Katana chance on the tag. Marta Gordon locks up Katana, whips her to the ropes. Gets a hold of her. Nice suplex from Marta. Marta Gordon lines up the arm on Katana chance. A stomp to the shoulder. As Marta Gordon beats it out of town, turns it over to Frankie Picone. Frankie. Whoa, a charging move that didn't connect. Frankie Picone pays her back with a cravat suplex. And man, Sylvia Strong has been amazingly cool in this matchup, huh? A kick to the chest from Frankie Picone. Katana chance being dragged toward center. Frankie Picone goes to work on the legs now. Having done enough damage to the arms, now she's just trying to stretch the legs, the knees, the ligaments, and the whole thing. Frankie covers and hooks the leg. 1, 2, oh, well, Caden Carter deciding this match should go on just a little bit longer, huh? Frankie Picone. Oh, look at this. Oh, man. Frankie Picone got a hold of her, but Katana Chance had to find her way out. Driving a drop kick to the knee. Head first into the turnbuckle goes Frankie. Here comes Caden Carter again. Here comes another double team. Rebound off the top rope. Drop kick to the back of the head of Frankie Picone. Caden Carter going after Marta Gordon too. Real ambitious, huh? Wow. And she's going to do it again. Hang her up off the middle rope and down she goes. It worked once, it'll work again. For the first time, Power and Beauty, both members of the team, laid out. And for the first time, it's looking like Caden Carter and Katana Chance are in control of things. There's a switcheroo. Frankie Picone indicating to the fans there's nothing wrong. Everything's fine. Katana Chance watching as Caden Carter delivers a jawjacker to Frankie Picone. Frankie rounded up. Caden Carter drives a series of knees into the midsection of Frankie. Down she goes. Marta Gordon is still laid out, but finally gets back up to her feet. A heel hook stretch on the outside from Caden Carter on Frankie Picone. Caden Carter, whoa, got out of the way quick on that one. Delivers an elbow to the top of the head of Frankie Picone. Still focused on Marta Gordon though. Leaps her way back into the ring, goes after Marta Gordon again, tags her with a right and a drop kick that puts Marta Gordon back out on the floor. Frankie Picone nails Caden Carter with a headbutt. That showboating on the apron, I've warned y'all about that. Frankie Picone misses with the dodging elbow. She tried to reach it though, but no good. Here comes Katana Chance on the tag. Frankie Picone whips her to the ropes. Hard knee to the midsection, down she went. Katana Chance taken down quickly by Frankie Picone. Beautiful classic wrestling takedown. A stomp to the back. Frankie Picone grabs an elbow into the head of Katana Chance. Follows that up with a stomp. Caden Carter nowhere to be seen. Not at her tag corner. A knee to the head from Frankie Picone. Katana Chance struggling to her feet. A chop across the chest in her own team's corner as Frankie Picone starts torturing the arms against the ropes. Frankie with a chop across the chest. Rounds her up. Hangs her up in the tree of woe. Katana Chance, with quick counter, finding herself out of the danger zone here. A hard shot to Frankie Picone. And a sudden, unexpected Hurricane Rana for Frankie Picone from Katana Chance. This match now a little bit over halfway over. Slam face first into the canvas. Katana Chance going to have to do it by herself. Caden Carter still nowhere in sight. Oh, well, that did not work out too good. Katana Chance messes up on the high-risk maneuver. Slams Frankie Picone's head to the canvas. Takes herself all the way up to the top. Well, she nails the splash that time, and here's a cover. No, not even. Marta Gordon right there to break things up. Frankie Picone still on the canvas, though, as Katana Chance takes her chances again. And here we go, another beautiful spinning splash from Katana Chance. She's going to the well just once too often, I think. Here we go again. Oh, she nailed another one, and here's a cover and a hook of the leg. One. I really did think she was going to crash and burn on that one. Caden Carter with a shot to the back of Marta Gordon. Whips her out to the outside. Goes out after her. Katana Chance still working on Frankie Picone here. Frankie Picone delivers a shot to the midsection. Caden Carter driving knees into the midsection of Marta Gordon on the outside. Frankie Picone choking Katana Chance with the top rope. A couple of rights, a left. Another shot. Look at this. Sylvia Strong got to get out of the way as Caden Carter delivers a kick to Marta Gordon. Frankie Picone working on Katana Chance on the inside. Electric chair drop. Caden Carter still beating up Marta Gordon on the outside with a stomp to the leg. Katana Chance escapes the corner. Tags Frankie with a stunning right. Frankie Picone backs her off again. A hard right from Frankie. Frankie got a hold of her by the wrist. She won't let go. But another drop kick to the knee cuts her loose. Katana Chance whips Frankie to the rope. Drop toe hold center ring. And a little bit of a walk across the back of Frankie Picone. Katana Chance slams Frankie's head into the buckle. Here comes Caden Carter on the tag. Hard shot to the midsection. What a match we've got going here. Look at this. A nice crucifix from Caden Carter. Caden takes Frankie Picone down. Lines up the leg. Oh, man, that's nasty. What a submission we got right here. Marta Gordon coming to the rescue, but Frankie Picone finds her own way out. An elbow takes down Caden Carter. Frankie Picone locks her up again. Another knee to the midsection. Frankie Picone regaining control of things here. Caden Carter goes behind. Takes her down. Caden Carter goes for the cover, but Marta Gordon right there before even the count of one. Marta catches a kick from Caden Carter. Oh man, what a nasty slam. As Katana Chance is brought in, Frankie Picone being countered by the referee on the outside. Katana Chance takes down Marta Gordon as well. Frankie Picone indicating to the fans that she has had quite enough of this nonsense. Oh, things are about to get even worse. How about that? Over the top rope and out face first onto the mats goes Katana Chance. That was not good. A driving knee into the head of Katana Chance from Frankie Picone. Well, Sylvia Strong still as calm as anything. Katana Chance goes to work on Frankie Picone on the outside as the referee continues to count. This match is about 3/4 of the way over, and we still ain't nowhere near a winner or a tap out. Frankie Picone catches another Whirlicane Rana from Katana Chance. Marta Gordon finally back up on her feet and back at her tag corner. Whoa, delivers a shot to Katana Chance, suggesting if you want to try that again, it might not be a good thing. But she's going to try it anyway. Delivers a shot to Marta Gordon, delivers a second one. And a third down goes Marta Gordon again. Oh, man, this match has been insane. Katana Chance taunting Marta Gordon on the outside. Frankie Picone showboating to the fans in the front row. Caden Carter's laid out Katana Chance. Rolled back into the ring by Frankie. Back up on her feet. Caden Carter gets locked up by Frankie Picone. One arm suplex, and she went rolling. Katana Chance a little tentative about getting back in that ring now. The referee continuing the count. Marta Gordon still seeing the pretty birdies and still hearing the pretty birdies and seeing the flashing lights. Katana Chance slams Frankie's head to the floor. A kick from Frankie Picone. Frankie catches a clothesline from Katana Chance. She charges. And she is definitely slowing down. This match has gone on way too long. Hard shot forearm from Katana Chance as the referee continues to count Frankie Picone. She makes her way back inside. Goes after Marta Gordon yet again. Another drop kick. Look at this. Marta Gordon had quite enough. Delivers the Hurricane Rana to Katana Chance. Tags her with a right, suggesting that she needs to back the hell off. Over the top rope, and whoa, what a beautiful splash from Katana Chance. Frankie Picone just about rising to her feet now as Marta Gordon catches the shot. A clothesline from Frankie Picone takes Katana Chance down. Marta Gordon back up on her feet. Oh, man. Missed the apron by inches. Frankie Picone back in the ring. The referee continuing to count. Katana Chance. Caden Carter taken down with a shoulder by Frankie. Katana Chance will not leave Marta Gordon alone. Now Frankie Picone up on the top turnbuckle in the far left corner. Waiting on, changed her mind about going after Caden Carter. Katana Chance still on the outside, still being counted by Willie Johnson. Finally makes her way back into the ring. Frankie charges, misses with the clothesline. Katana Chance was squirted to the ropes by Frankie. Frankie Picone with the whip, misses with the knee that time. Misses with the right. Katana Chance puts on the brakes. Frankie Picone catches a kick to the midsection. Katana Chance gathers her up again. They lock up. And we'll try for the Hurricane Rana, but we'll wound up getting splashed face first into the mat by Frankie Picone. Oh, man, look at this. Less than 2.5 minutes to go, and we're still going. Caden Carter brought in on the tag. Frankie Picone gets a hold of her. And what we got here? Chicken wing suplex with a bridge. 1, 2. Oh, man. That's as close as we've come so far. Hard shot to the midsection from Caden Carter. Frankie Picone locked up. Whip to the ropes. Whoa, beautiful spinning neck breaker. Here's a cover and a hook of the leg. 1, 2. And finally, this war of attrition comes to an end with Katana Chance and Caden Carter picking up the upset win over Power and Beauty.
The time, 18 minutes and 10 seconds. Your winners by pinfall, Caden Carter and Katana Chance.
You can't criticize either team, with both pairs putting in an exemplary performance, ending in another exciting buzzer beater of a match, with Caden and Katana picking up the 3 count on Frankie Picone. And with Marta just a microsecond too late to break the pin and save her partner and the match. This gives Caden and Katana a little more upward movement in the ladies' tag division. And sorry, GB, but I guess it's back to the training facilities for Power and Beauty.
I'm sure they're disappointed, but Sylvia's gonna make sure they don't take it to heart or blame themselves for failure. But I'm sure Power and Beauty won't mind the extra training time.
The main event when we come back.